Buongiorno, and welcome to another exciting edition of Meet Your Neighbor. My name is Ron Falconi. I live here in the city of Brunswick. Yes, Brunswick, one of the top 10 towns in America for families, according to Family Circle magazine, and one of the top 25 towns in America for an affordable home, according to CNN Money. I live here in Brunswick in the Fairway subdivision of our great city, and I had this idea back in the fall of 2006 where I wanted to invite local politicians and local business people to come down to the studio so all of you could meet your neighbor. We have a very special guest today. He is a candidate for Medina County Commissioner, and his name is Adam Friedrick. Adam, welcome to the studios.
Ron, thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Adam, can you tell us something about yourself that not everyone knows?
Something that everybody, a lot of people don't know, that I have a tattoo on my left arm that's "We the People," right from the Constitution.
Oh, okay. What inspired you to get "We the People" on your?
I just am a fan of the Constitution and founding fathers and how they did everything, and it just was kind of a way for me to kind of express that appreciation.
That's fantastic. Adam, tell me, why do you want to be Medina County Commissioner?
I consider myself a common sense conservative. I'm passionate about conservative principles and ideas. I think that I can apply those principles that work in the home, they work in business, and they work in government. And I can apply those principles to the Office of County Commissioner and have a positive impact on the county. I think my background in mathematics and statistics, as well as business, working in manufacturing and managing budgets, make me a good fit for the position. I think that I have a lot to add to the position of Commissioner, and then I would, again, be able to positively impact the county.
Sure. Adam, on my show I've had a juvenile court magistrate. I did have a former Medina County Commissioner. Can you refresh our memories? What does a Medina County Commissioner do?
Sure. The County Commissioner really has kind of overall budget, overall authority over the county budget. Okay. It's the approval authority for maintenance to county buildings, such as the jails and courthouses. Okay. It's the approval authority for maintenance on county roads. It's the decisions and policies of the county commissioners kind of set an overall long-term plan or a long-term vision for really how the county is going to operate.
Okay. Hey, Adam, can you tell us your position on like, say, economic development or even in taxes? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think if you ask, 10 people on the street today what's the most important issue to them, at least 9 of them are going to tell you it's jobs and the economy. Sure. I think first and foremost, jobs are not created by the government. Jobs are created in the private sector. Yes. In a position of government, you have the opportunity to either inhibit that growth or to promote that growth. We've seen historically where when tax rates are lowered, you actually see an increase in tax revenue because it acts as a stimulus to the economy. Mm-hmm. So subsequently, if we create a favorable tax structure here in Medina County, then it should stimulate economic growth and job development. I think additionally, not just the tax structure, but we need to look at everything. We need to look at zoning, we need to look at permits, we need to look at our utilities, and basically make sure that Medina County is considered a friendly place for people to move, to live, and to run their businesses. Okay.
How does a county commissioner affect the everyday lives of people here in Medina County?
If you live in Medina County, first of all, if you rely on the Sheriff's Department for law enforcement, for safety, the commissioners impact the sheriff and his budget. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the roads and the buildings that are used in the county are impacted by a decision that the commissioners make. Additionally, levies that go on the ballot, whether they go on or don't go on, are decided by the commissioners. So that has an impact on folks here in the county.
Adam, you've been campaigning around the county now for a while. What are people telling you, or what do you see as probably one of the biggest issues facing Medina County right now?
Well, we kind of touched on jobs and the economy, and I think that's an important issue, obviously, to most people. Okay. In manufacturing, I've been in manufacturing for a while right now. We like to try to dig down to what we call the root cause.
Okay.
And I think one of the biggest issues facing the county is kind of a small version of what's facing the country, and that is, as a people, we've become, we rely too much on government, and we've really allowed government to become too big a part of our lives.
Okay.
And even things that are, perceived needs, we've just kind of allowed the government to take over those, and many times they'd be better met by either the private sector or the nonprofit.
I agree. Say November rolls around, you are victorious in November. Mm-hmm. Name 3 things that you would do, the top 3 things that you would do as county commissioner.
First of all, as I've been running for county commissioner, I've tried to meet as many people as I possibly can,
okay,
and to get to know them. If elected, I think one of the first things I need to do is to sit down with county officials, to sit down with Commissioner Hambley, Commissioner Geisman, the auditor, the treasurer, the county recorder, and pick their brains and find out everything they know about the county, about county government, try to accumulate as much information as I can from folks who have the experience and who have been doing the job. I think secondly, it's the next step is then to meet with leaders in the county, meet with business leaders, leaders in politics, leaders of nonprofit church leaders, sure, and to get their input on what they think the county does well and what the county can improve on. Mm-hmm. And then I think the third step after that is you take all of that information, you gather it together, and you evaluate, okay, what do we do well? Let's advertise and build on that.
Okay.
And what don't we do well? And we do a gap analysis and figure out what we need to do to take Medina County and say, hey, this is the best county in the state to live in, to work in, to run a business, and keep moving in that direction.
Yeah. Adam, can you tell the people who are watching in Brunswick or Brunswick Hills, or maybe people watching on the internet right now, describe your educational background for us?
I grew up here in Northeast Ohio. I graduated from Lutheran West High School, which is up in Rocky River.
Okay.
Attended Miami University down in Oxford, Ohio. I was majored in mathematics and statistics.
Mm-hmm. But what made you want to major in math and statistics? Are you a math whiz? Or?
Numbers always came easy to me.
Okay.
The history and the political science stuff, which is really an interest to me now, it just wasn't back then. But the math and the science and some of those things, for whatever reason, came easy. And I'm kind of a statistics nerd. We're looking at numbers is interesting to me.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough to have the Marine Corps pay for my college.
Wonderful.
So upon graduating from Miami, I spent about 9.5 years in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Most of that time, I was a helicopter pilot. Spent time in a lot of places. I didn't want to go back. In Bosnia, spent time in Somalia, down in Haiti. Spent 2.5 years up in Brunswick, Maine, running the Navy Marine Corps Survival and Prisoner of War School up there.
Oh.
Educational, I got my college at Miami, but I did learn a lot about leadership, I think, in the military, and I think it's one of the best leadership training venues that there is. Since then, I've basically been in manufacturing, manufacturing for a little over 12 years now. And
where do you work, sir?
The company I work at now is a company called Beckett Gas, up in North Ridgeville. We manufacture components for gas water heaters and furnaces. And I think one thing good about being in the business world is you learn budgets. You watch your margins. Things are tight. You're continually dealing with manpower issues and just people relational issues. And I think it's good experience to take that sort of that attitude and that knowledge into government, because I think we need more business-minded people in government.
Okay. Adam, let me ask you some personal questions here. Are you married? Do you have any kids?
I am married. My wife Heather and I went to college together. We got married after she graduated, and we hit 21 years next month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I've got 4 kids. My oldest, Jordan, starts at the University of Akron here in the fall. I've got 2 daughters in Medina High School, and then I've got a 10-year-old boy who keeps me young.
Yeah, so I know that we have some pictures up here. This is your family here?
This is my family. This picture was taken, I think, last Christmas, so it's relatively current, and you can see most of them are better looking than me.
And this is Probably at a parade?
This was, I think, at the Medina Parade. We did a bunch of parades this summer, but
Okay.
the Marine Corps flags and stuff that's important to me. Was fortunate enough to get the endorsement of Sheriff Hassinger before the primary,
Great.
and this is a picture he and I took together.
That's good.
I believe this was at the Hands Foundation fundraiser at Weymouth Country Club.
Okay.
And John Burke has been helpful to me learning things about the budget in the county.
Yes.
And then finally the inflatable elephant that was with us in the Medina Parade as well as the Lodi Sweet Corn Festival Parade.
That's a wonderful picture.
A group of folks that handed out candy with us.
When was that parade again?
This was July 4th in Medina.
So you probably had a lot of parades to go to on that day, didn't you?
I did 3 parades on the 4th, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a busy day. And I think I ran the Twin Sizzler that morning, so it was, I was worn out by nighttime.
Adam, what sparked your interest in politics? How did you get involved in running for commissioner and all that?
I'm really just a passionate conservative, again, passionate about conservative principles, and felt that it wasn't really right to sit on the sidelines and complain about how the direction I saw things going if I wasn't willing to get into the game and do something. Back in the fall, I understood that there was a commissioner seat that was going to be available, and talked with some folks in the Republican Party in Medina County, and talked with my family, and it seemed like the time was right for me to get involved. And you know, 8-10 months later, here I am. You know.
Adam, tell me some of the things that you like to do for fun when you're not flying helicopters or working or campaigning.
I'm sure my wife would tell you that I would probably fish and hunt every minute of the day if I was allowed.
Any places that you like to fish?
I do walleye fishing out on Lake Erie.
Okay.
Do pretty well there. Do bass fishing, mostly farm ponds around here. I'll take a trip or two. At least I did when I had time with a couple friends up to Maine, up to Michigan.
That's good.
And just do a lot of fishing locally. You know, the deer hunting around here is actually pretty good. So. That kicks up here in the fall, just a few weeks.
Yeah.
My kids are pretty active in sports. I used to go to a lot of soccer games with my daughters.
Your kids play soccer mostly, or
they do play soccer. My 10-year-old is actually playing. He's playing youth tackle football now.
Oh, okay.
And I played a lot of basketball in school. And so I coach him. I coached my daughter's team last year when they had the basketball program down there. So
that's cool.
Do as much coaching as I can because I enjoy that.
That's good. And for every guest I have on the show, I like to play a game of fill in the blank. Okay. When I was a child, I blank.
When I was a child, I had I don't want to say ideal upbringing, but I had a good life as a child. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a 2-parent home and 4 sisters, and we didn't have a lot, but we never did without. Lived in a neighborhood in Lakewood where there just was tons of kids, and we did, played softball and kicked the can and stuff, to the wee hours of the night. So
that's cool. And the one place I want to travel to, but I haven't, is blank.
I want to fish the Great Barrier Reef in outside of Australia. I think that would be a great.
Why?
I've watched a couple shows on it. First of all, the scenery looks beautiful. Second of all, the guys who were fishing there, it seemed like every cast they caught something different. So to go down to Australia and visit there and then fish the Great Barrier Reef would be a lot of fun.
Oh,
it would be a lot of fun.
I agree with you. The person that I admire most is blank.
The person, honestly, I believe that I admire most is my father.
Okay. Why your father?
He was in the Marine Corps. He was a Vietnam Marine. He was received a Purple Heart for being injured in battle. When he got out of the Marine Corps, he was here in the FBI in Cleveland. And if you've ever heard Mr. Ganley give his story about involvement with the FBI and Mafia, my father was one of the primary folks here in the FBI in Cleveland who worked with Mr. Ganley.
Okay.
And he always seemed to do the right thing for the right reason, even if it was unpopular and even if it wasn't necessarily good for him. And I think I've learned those lessons and see how important integrity and honesty and your word is. And again, I hope to be able to take those traits to the Office of County Commissioner.
Adam, when I retire, I blank.
When I retire, I hope to be able to fish and hunt more than I'm allowed to fish and hunt right now. But by the same token, when I retire, I just hope to be able to spend a lot of time with my wife and with my family, more than I have now.
That's good. Adam, do you have any neighborly advice to give to people watching right now in Brunswick, Brunswick Hills, or maybe people watching on the internet?
One of the things that I've really tried to stress with my kids is that every decision matters. And I think that's good advice for people that I work with, people that I know in the community. You know, every decision we make has some kind of impact down the road. Folks that I work with who chose not to go to school, you know, are not necessarily in the jobs that they would want to be. There's a lot of folks out there who are single parents because of decisions that they made, and their life is hard and they struggle now because of those decisions. You know, with kids, decisions they make between the age of 16 and 25 have a long-lasting impact on who they are later in life.
Sure.
So I just would say, you know, every decision matters.
Okay. Adam Friedrick, Medina County Commissioner candidate, thanks for coming down to the studios, and good luck to you, sir.
Ron, I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ron Falconi. I am the host of Meet Your Neighbor. I wanted to thank Adam Friedrick, who is a candidate for Medina County Commissioner, for coming down to the studio today. Adam is actually the 60th guest to appear here on Meet Your Neighbor, and I want to thank him once again for coming down and chatting with us. I doubt there's anything more profound to be said, so my name is Ron Falconi, and I am signing off. Arrivederci.